Okay, NNAMDIKanu, we resume court proceedings, on the 29th, 2nd and 3rd of May 2025. We know that a new judge, Omotosho, just took over this case. But what is your take? Do you think that Omotosho will boldly,
sentence
NNAMDIKanu, or give him the freedom that we know that NNAMDIKanu truly desire?
Yes, I think he's going to respect himself, thereby maintaining or keeping his legal legacy. Of course, on the side of jailing NNAMDIKanu, they don't born Justice Omotosho well. They don't born his generation well. He wouldn't have any reason to do that. A Yoruba man, is he a competent lawyer? Does he know more law, more than NNAMDIKanu? Is he an erudite justice or lawyer, or whosoever does he think he is?
He's a young lawyer that is doing well.
No, he's doing well, good, but he could not have at least boast of outsmarting or outshining MAZI NNAMDIKanu at court. KANU is an international lawyer. KANU read international relations. KANU is a good historian, both old and international history, modern history. I think Omotosho is just trying to go there and add to his legal legacy and the expertise what he had done in the past as a good justice, because actually that case actually decides itself. It's an open case that has been decided by the justice and the court of law 2 good times, and they could not actually allow MAZI NNAMDIKanu to go scot-free, because court contempt, federal government is well known as an institution that always disobeys the court, yet they expect the citizenry, the entire Nigerian citizen people, to obey the court when it matters most to them. When they are at need, at tight corner, federal government of Nigeria will be putting their gun, wooden and metallic gun, shouting that people should obey the court, shouting at the labor to obey the court. The labor platform under Aburi, Ajeru, was put on a tight corner, serious threat that they should obey the court, that they shouldn't come and protest. And when an individual won a case, legal suit against federal government, they will turn their back because they are guilty. They wouldn't allow the person released or receive the financial incentives he won at the court level. They will seize it because federal government is bent always telling Nigerians lie, coming out with various huge taxations, trying to annihilate, enslave every Nigerian to pay from their blood. With their blood, they are paying taxes. With their blood, the tariff at the Tinkan Island is skyrocketing in recent time. If you are using 2 million naira before to clear 40 feet, 60 feet, 50 feet container, it costs 50 something million naira currently. During the administration of this uneducated, poorly educated previous president Muhammad Buhari, it was just 2 million, 1 million. But today, this man come under the watch of Buhari administration and the rest, under the watch of Tinubu and the rest of Lagos boys as cabals all around him. The tariff at the court, Apapa court, has soared high. They are collecting 50% more than what on top of what Buhari administration was collecting before, thereby butchering, mesmerizing, rubbishing Nigerian economy, and nobody could actually afford 3 square meal in Nigeria. An Igbo man that actually bought his container at the rate of 10 million is clearing it at the rate of 30 million at Apapa Wharf. What cruelty, what hostility, what animosity of all time against Nigerian people. They actually think that it is the Igbo man that pays for the container will be at the losing end, not knowing that they are severing the purchasing power of Nigerian consumers. Once it affects the importer at the clearance post in the wharf, it is going to do what? Be very, very painful when the consumers consult the retailer. When the retailer goes to the middleman, the wholesaler as a middleman, the retailer will actually gnash his teeth all the way home. That is what the Tinubu administration doesn't know. He actually think it's all about taxation. Tax-based economy is very, very authoritative, which is why Nigerian people are facing what? We are facing multidimensional poverty. NNAMDI is about to go to the court, and everybody knows, every Canali knows that he's going to outshine as smart. Justice Omotocho can never ever jail MAZI Nnamdi Kanu. A king is a king over his servant. A rat or mouse is a below animal over the cats, the cat family. MAZI Nnamdi Kanu is going to shine and prove whom he is. This 29th, what? April. Yes, he's going to prove once more whom he is. A legal erudite, a man with experience of international jurisprudence. He could actually outline United Nations Charter as if he was born in 1945, as if he was among the people that drafted the United Nations Charter in 1945, and as he narrates and do was craft his words, legal terms, you will actually think maybe Nnamdi Kanu was among the people that drafted United Nations Constitution. All the member nations within that platform, United Nations, anyway, have been applauding MAZI Nnamdi Kanu each and every time he goes to the court. Yoruba lawyer can never be competent to outshine Nnamdi Kanu at the court. Omotocho is not that intelligent. I don't think he will have the pedigree or the legacy to lose. That's why he should hands off his hands, off the case, excuse himself, and send his legal. What do I mean here? His legal legacy, competence, credentials must preserve here for Christ's sake, or else he's going to what? Drag his face on the mud. MAZI Nnamdi Kanu MNK or Hamanike 1 is well educated with Nigerian law, which is our custom and constitution that is guiding Nigeria, whether written or flexible. We know whom he is. That day, Kanu will be prepared with all the documents of the Supreme Court and other appeal courts that actually discharge him and acquit him. He has no case to answer. And let me warn, Omotocho has no judgment here. Yes. Federal government of Nigeria is guilty of court contempt. Someone was freed by other court sittings, by other judges, and someone from the office of Asorok is proving that he's jaga and trying to stop the DSS from doing the needful. They feed the DSS with money, feeding the EFCC with money, and all these EFCC, DSS directors, they are all from church, Christians. People that are presiding over sermons at Redeem are still taking part in this current administration. It is uncalled for. It is an injustice of the highest order. It violates what the Christendom represents worldwide. That Christians, both clergy and ordinary members of the congregation, I mean the congregates, will be taking part in a tyrannical system of government. This administration is too authoritative. We don't need Christians there. Christians don't mess up with their life, because we know that God is watching. So I have a word for Oloyede Abiolufemi, the EFCC Director General, and the other Director General, DSS. There are many of them there. I tell you, you have soiled the name of Christianity. I'm telling you, the name called Christianity is carved out from Christ, because we got to live with any reason, many reasons, like Jesus Christ. That's why we are Christians. But we see particular people that are behaving like Christians while they are wolf clothed with sheepskins. Oloyede Abiolufemi, or whatever he calls himself, arresting many Nigerian youths from Ibadan, Yoruba youths from Lagos, IGBO youths from Enugu, everywhere, claiming that he's the FCC. And sometimes we know what transpired at the back door, that platform was initiated by Obasanjo to handle the case of what? Financial crimes by Nigerian politicians. It shouldn't be channeled to the youths. It's not for the youths. The youths are innocent. Nigerian youths are innocent.
And some of them, they do Yahoo.
They do Yahoo. What do you mean by Yahoo? The federal government Yahoo and state Yahoo is the highest Yahoo. Leave the youths. Leave Nigerian youths, of course.
So they keep ripping.
No, they don't rip anybody. They don't rip anybody.
Even local.
No, let me give you a history of 419. 419 was when the British left Africa. The Lebanese, the Pakistans, the Indians, they actually duped Nigerians, the black Nigerians. They taught the black how to do 419. 419 did not originate from Nigeria. It originated from foreign land, the land of the whites. I'm telling you the truth. They don't know the inception. How come about 419? It was a game played by Pakistan and Lebanese, not Nigerian games. So the black now actually understood what it is, and they started. And they actually outshined their white counterparts. You hear that? Then see, let me tell you. Christians involved in the Department of EFCC should resign now because they are not doing the needful. They turn their back on the people actually that are looting our commonwealth and face the innocent Nigerian youths. It is very uncalled for. It is highly appalling. Very, very unjustified. So what I'm trying to say is that MAZI nnamdikanu, let me not digress, is a freed man. But due to corrupt leadership of this country, they kept him in there. A Yoruba man championed it. An Igbo man was arrested for a particular case. He was set free. Fulani man who held him. A Yoruba man came, and we are all from South. Instead of doing the needful, he held him there. As a result of that, animosity and hostilities against the Igbos. And that has gone a long way to show you how Southerners, to tell you how Southerners has at least have hurt themselves. Igbo hates Yoruba. Yoruba hates Igbo. Let us put it that way. Because the way Tinubu is holding NNAMDIKanu, Oga, every Igbo man is aggrieved. And now I'm telling you as an Igbo man, I'm aggrieved. And we must actually reciprocate it. Nobody knows tomorrow. Tomorrow it might be our turn to be in charge of the government of the Federation of Nigeria, and everyday canale that actually put Igbo man to this tight corner, they are going to receive theirs too. One good turn deserves another. Tinubu is supposed to do the work, change the Nigerian system, bring food to the common man table, repair and build our economy as he posted. Instead, he turned his back on the Igbos, committing all manners of atrocities and animosities against the Igbo nation. And we're not even forgetting that in the past, we've never tested the national leadership or national cake. National cake is for Yoruba and the Fulani, and they have made the nation what? Unbearable, not habitable for anybody, everybody. And we can see who and who is suffering from what? Hunger and deprivation. Multidimensional poverty. Which region in Nigeria is right now showing that they have the highest rate of what? Literacy and the prosperity. Wealth creators are the Igbos. They turn their back on us, but God face us one-on-one. They that turn their back on us, they are the ones that are going through excruciating pain. So I'm telling you, the next time, the next court, MAZI nnamdikanu is coming out unscathed, scot-free, nobody is to jail a man that is fighting for his right. Self-determination and education or actualization is allowed internationally. It is on the United Nations Member Nations Charter, written in 1945. Just the end, during the end of Second World War. MAZI nnamdikanu has not violated any law. He must be free. Omotocho must do the needful. Or else, or his legal, let me say, credentials or legacy be trampled on the wall. Yes, what are they doing there? All the lawyers in Nigeria, they are masters of 419. Look at Alabi, that young boy that was standing in front of Obi campaign. They actually arrested the boy, incarcerated the boy for 6 months. What did the boy do? Because the boy was popular on at least championing the cause of democracy and good governance. That's why he stood in front of Obi's car, conducting. Oh my God, Nigerian politicians, Nigerian elites, they are very wicked. Who arrested that boy for no just cause? And deprived him his rights for good 6 months. It is very, very bad. People that are in charge of this system, political system in Nigeria, are animals from the herd. They are agents of demons. And I'm telling you that at the end of the day, God's judgment, God is having his judgment. Well, this what? Let me say dispensed among the wicked. When the wicked reigns, I think you can see how hungry, how excruciating this creation is now. But when the righteous prosper, we sing and rejoice and praise the Lord.
Okay, and lastly, EPA will be meeting with the judges here in Finland, as regards this issue with the Finnish government. What do you think we come to fruition as regards this case?
With Fit and Back from Enugu State governor going there as a witness to rubbish whatever has put in place, accompanied by Bianca Ono. What is Bianca doing in Finland? To testify against his brothers? Doesn't Bianca Ono? Oh my God. Land recently, how many people that were killed at Idago, Enugu State? How many farmland were sacked recently by the Fulani herdsmen? And somehow that was actually defending the Igbo land with ESN is now suffering in Finland. And Bianca Ono from the same Enugu went to Finland to testify against his brother. Bianca Ono, how much the federal government of Nigeria give you that warrants that start act against your Igbo brother? How much have you been paid to go and testify against an innocent man in Lati, Finland? Are you poor? So recent, after Odumegwu Ojukwu's death, barely 10 years of Ojukwu's death, are you poor? Do you know that nobody on the continent of Africa was more than Louis Ojukwu? I mean in terms of opulence. Ojukwu's popularity was as a result of affluenza. Affluenza is when the money is too much for a child of a wealthy man. That is the English explanation of affluenza. That's why Ojukwu was living a much flamboyant life in the 50s, 60s. Yes, he had Rolls Royce. He went to Oxford with his Rolls Royce. And the whole lecturers at Oxford University were what? Befriending Ojukwu, accompanying him home, outside home, functions, social functioning. Because of Rolls Royce, it was the costless car there, and still now. So what are we saying? Bianca Ono indicates actually that you can never satisfy Nigerian woman. Nigerian woman can never be satisfied, no matter what you give him, no matter whom he lives with. Nigerian woman is insatiable. There's nothing you can give to a Nigerian woman that will satisfy him. Look at Bianca, for instance. What is she looking for again? Ojukwu left much wealth, properties, money, cash for her. The building in Enugu. Bianca Ono occupies it with many other properties written on the will for Bianca's children and Bianca. What else is Bianca looking for? That has gone a long way to actually tell you that Nigerian woman is insatiable, the greediest in the world. I'm sorry for you young good ladies and women over there, because when one finger touches the oil, it's on the rest. Bianca is not satiable. She's questing for more. That's why she accepted any juicy position or not juicy. I don't want to know. But Bianca is not supposed to be part of this regime that has actually denied the Igbos federal appointments. Look at MAZI nnamdikanu today. He's in jail and Bianca is receiving salary. Bianca could be likened to MAZI of Onitsha, who was busy, at Anambra East Central States launch there, East Central Region launch there at Ikoyi, receiving salary, receiving all manners of payment, security votes, allocations. Yes, from federal, on behalf of the Igbos that were being annihilated, maimed by Gowan-led military clique. Obabiaska was busy at Ikoyi Rising, government Rising, representing Southeasterners, his brothers that were dying. Today, where he is, we don't know. He has gone to sleep together with the victims of Nigerian Biafran civil war, especially the Igbos. What else do you want to tell me Bianca once again that culminated her involvement in this kind of regime? It is absolute greed. It is absolute what? Lack of satisfaction, lack of appreciation. People that cannot even think though they are Christians before taking any step in life. Bianca is one of them. What is it that Bianca Ono wanted again? Is it not because women, not even woman, I mean Nigerian woman, is insatiable? They always quest for more. Oliver Twist. When you give them one, they ask for two. Oliver Twist is never satisfied. Go and read about Oliver Twist and the Artful Dodger in Charles Dickens' Oliver Twist. Artful Dodger, Piancono, is never satisfied. She always asks for more. That's why she's involving herself with all the evil political juggernautes in Nigeria who are busy truncating the Igbos' effort to emancipate on the continent of Africa. Just look at Wike. Just look at Ojozo Kalu. Just look at Akpabio. Akpabio Ukwu Agbo Ukwu Ewu. Look at Akpabio in the house there. He is never satisfied. Akpabio always is asking for more. That's why Akpabio has the infantry to be there, tormenting a married woman, trying to suspend him. Trying to suspend her for nothing sake. Out of nothing. Injustice is thriving in this current administration. Nothing that they ever do is justified. All they know is being authoritative, tyrannical, and much infringement on Nigerians is going on currently under the watch of the Tinubu administration. Samuel Ekpa must be free in Finland. He what he was doing. He actually committed his own guns, charms all around him. And today, NNAMDIKanu and Samuel Ekpa did not carry any gun. They could not even visit the Nigerian country or Biafran land while agitating. They were arrested abroad. And today, IGBO that was welding gun here, IGBO and the other Fulani headsmen, IGBO own was that they arrested him and left him. Fulani own was the worst because Fulani were buying unaliving Christians currently in Nigeria. And federal government could not at least bring them to book. See, there are many things wrong with this current system. And I'm telling you that MAZI NNAMDIKanu is coming. MAZI NNAMDIKanu is our what? Another savior. Good leader with charisma that the Igbo man has today. NNAMDIKanu is a good leader, very charismatic. He controls billions as a leader, and he has the highest number of followers in the world. Single-handedly, MAZI NNAMDIKanu is going to come out, comes 29th April, 2nd May, and 6th May. Take my word. It is a fact, very substantiated with evidences that KANU is overdue for freedom. I think I had to pause here. Until when we come again, maybe tomorrow, we should start where we start today.
Oh, thank you very much.
Thank you so much.